There are a limited number of ways to add movement to landscape paintings, and that's probably why waterfalls are so popular. Waterfalls can be challenging to paint and might not be the best thing for your very first landscape. So first of all, like most things in landscapes, waterfalls are made of three colors. You have a dark base color, you have a mid-tone color to create texture, and then you have your brightest highlight color. In order to show motion, you actually want visible brush strokes in your waterfalls, but it's really important that those brush strokes be following the direction of the water, which is generally straight down. For your base layer, which is kind of a black or dark blue, it doesn't matter as much. But for the next layer to create texture, you definitely want directional lines, and there's two ways to get them. One is to use a brush that's kind of split apart like a flat brush or a fan brush that's got a lot of gaps in it. And with a slightly damp brush and a medium amount of paint, you pull down in the direction of the water. If you lift your brush up at the end of your stroke, you can get those nice kind of pointy edges which really help make it look like the water's moving. So I would recommend this method for your mid-tone color, which is usually a light blue. For the highlights, which are usually pure white, you also can use this method. Just do it more on the top of the waterfall, not at the bottom, and on whatever side is hit by the most light. The other method you can do is just switch to a small pointy round brush and just kind of paint in the individual little stripes of white yourself. If you want to paint one of those really rough, foamy waterfalls, you take a foliage flat brush or a fan brush, turn it sideways, thick paint, really gentle tap, and you tap in some foam falling vertically down the waterfall. You also use a foliage tap, which is split bristles, thick paint, gentle touch, to create the splashy, foamy mist at the bottom of the waterfall. Try to make sure you separate the white of the splashes from the white of the waterfall. Leave a little bit of dark so they don't blend together. The other thing that makes waterfalls a challenge is trying to figure out where the water should go. Water always goes to the lowest point, and so it won't look right if the waterfall is higher than the land around it. I'd really recommend using a reference picture to help you with that part of it. One really common pitfall is painting the pool that the waterfall falls into as if it's round. It might be round, but we're looking at it mostly from the side, which means that the side of the pool is going to be pretty flat. The choppy water at the base of the waterfall should be made with really sharp horizontal strokes. Work in some of your mid-tone and highlight colors, especially under the waterfall, and some darker foliage or rock colors on the sides. If you have rocks sitting in the water, don't forget to give them a water line. That's just a thin line of nearly white paint to separate them from the water. The sides of the waterfall are going to be usually covered up by either rocks or foliage. There's not time in this video to go over how to do that, but there are separate videos for both foliage and rocks that you can go and watch.